Hey guys, it's Optimus Prime. I'm back with another video, and today I have got some Transformers news to talk to you guys about. One part is a follow-up to a previous video that I did, and has to do with a particular Optimus Prime toy. And the next bit of Transformers news is about a crossover with a very interesting franchise to be crossing over with the Transformers. I got a lot to talk about, so sit back, relax, make sure you're subscribed to the channel, and let's transform and roll out.
Hey everybody, Melvor and Dodongo from the Game Chasers. We are here to wish you a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and we look forward to another great year of super content from Rodimus Primal, so you better not disappoint.
Happy Hanukkah, Merry Kwanzaa.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Okay, so before I jump right into the news, today is Christmas Eve as I'm recording this video. If you're seeing this past the international date line as I upload this, it will be past Christmas Day. And if you guys have already seen my Christmas special, you'll know I had a lot of YouTubers join in for the tail end of my video, which is why I placed the two of the Game Chasers in this video, is because they sent it to me as the video was rendering and was uploading, and it's like, I can't do anything about it. It's like, all right, I'm gonna make sure I add you guys, because you guys are just as awesome as anything else, and I appreciate all that you guys do. So let's jump right into the news. Okay, so the first bit of Transformers news has to do with Earthrise Optimus Prime, and it has to do with the fact that his hands are indeed blue. But what's interesting about this is actually a follow-up to a previous video. What happened was that I had covered this toy, in previous videos. We were curious about whether or not the hands were going to be gray or whether or not they were going to be blue, because the promotional images showed blue hands, and the production models that we saw at New York Comic-Con and in some images that we saw online with Takara's rendition of this toy, the hands are gray, and we're trying to figure out, well, what the heck is going on? Are the hands supposed to be gray, or are they supposed to be blue? Well, it turns out that the hands are in fact painted blue. The hands are still going to be gray underneath. And that has to do with the fact that the plastic molding of the toy, where the gray parts are, is molded the same for the fists. So it just happens to be where the plastic lines up when the toy is made. And they wanted to make sure that they corrected it, so they took the extra step and they painted the hands blue. So they are painted a metallic blue, which you can see, in this image. And this is the, Prime versus Prime is the guy whose channel actually did this toy review. And it's kind of interesting to see that they are painting the hands blue in order to correct the fact that, hey, the hands are supposed to be blue. Now, some fans were wondering, are the eyes going to be yellow and the face blue? Well, unfortunately, for fans who want the comic-esque version or the G1 toy-style version, the eyes are, in fact, painted blue, and the face is painted gray. That's good for me, because I want a more G1-centric look when it comes down to Optimus Prime as far as the cartoon is concerned. But those of you who are more of a comic book fan, you guys are probably going to be whipping out your paintbrushes and trying to get your those eyes to be yellow, and that really is a matter of personal preference. Of course, the people who hate G1, well, guess what? We're finally getting our G1 Optimus Prime. You don't like it? Wait for, they came out with a Cybertron version, earlier this year, and who knows, they might make an Armada Prime. I mean, we already saw a prototype for it, so who knows, we might see that down the road as well. But I'm happy to see a G1 Prime get made, and it looks fantastic. And this next bit of Transformers news is a crossover that I never, ever expected. I mean, Ghostbusters, you can kind of see that they can do a pretty cool crossover with. They could do a crossover with Power Rangers if they wanted to, which now that Hasbro owns Power Rangers, I wouldn't mind seeing a Power Rangers crossover with Transformers. I mean, heck, they've already done a crossover. Power Rangers already done a crossover with Ninja Turtles. Now I would like to see it done with Transformers, but Terminator, wow, and it's supposed to be a limited series. From what we can tell with this particular cover art is the fact that that this is, we don't have much information. All we know is the solicitation and this image. And if you're looking at this cover, the fact that Optimus is in red should invoke a particular G1 Marvel Comics books cover where Optimus Prime was drawn in all red, and that's this cover right here. And I am very, very surprised to see an all red Optimus Prime for this cover, but it looks cool. It looks really cool. As far as the information is concerned, it says it's Skynet versus Cybertron in a crossover for the ages. 1984, when a deadly race of machines emerge from another time, will a robotic guardian be able to protect the Earth from a dire future, or will the T-800 fail in his mission to prevent the world from becoming a plaything to the Decepticons? So I saw someone commented, I think on my Facebook page, and I'm sorry if I'm losing, who it was, but the idea that maybe Shockwave could be controlling Skynet, I wouldn't be surprised if that's the case. Like, if the actual reason why the Terminators were created was because Shockwave created Skynet, I mean, I could see that. I honestly can see that. That would be a really interesting crossover event, and I think it's really, really cool. I'm looking forward to something like this, in particular. And I haven't been reading any of the other IDW comics. I really need to read the Ghostbusters crossover though, and that's because it just looks cool. and I don't know if it's any good. I've heard from people it's a lot of fun. It's kind of like one of those, it's like an offbeat crossover, and I think that's what they're doing here with Transformers versus the Terminator. Count me in. I'm definitely going to try and see how that one turns out. And because today is Christmas Eve, I would be remiss if I didn't talk about Gary Chalk has also been doing some pretty awesome Christmas messages for everybody to see and for everybody to hear. David K has started the whole trend, and Gary Chalk has been chiming in. And I got to meet Gary Chalk last year, and he was just an amazingly kind individual. And, I will say that of all of the different Optimuses, I enjoy his quite a bit. I do enjoy him as Optimus Primal more than I enjoyed him as Optimus Prime. I just, and I let him know. It was like, I really loved your Beast Wars, character. And he said, it's understandable. It's because the two characters are very different. And, he has been in the same room as Peter Cullen, going back and forth. And, I think, David K was talking about that, where it was like all the different Optimuses are all in the same room together, all the same Megatrons are all in the same room together, and they're all having a conversation. That would have been one recording for the ages. But I definitely recommend. I'm actually going to leave a link in the description because I am friends with Candace, who helped write the song, for this Here Comes Megatron for Gary to perform. So I definitely recommend watching it. And I want to know what you guys think of it. Of course, check out her channel, and because she's got more, with Gary Chalk doing videos on there, as well as checking out this video as well. But I want to know what you guys think of all this Transformers news. Of course, leave your thoughts in the comment section below. Be sure to thumbs up this video. Check out my other videos as well. Be sure to check out my Transformers Christmas retrospective. I've got many more Transformers discussions coming in the new year, so stay tuned for all of that. Have a very Merry Christmas, a Happy New Year if I don't make another video before then. Happy holidays for all those who don't celebrate. Happy Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, everything. And as always, guys, until next time, till all are one.